Hey guys, welcome to Dueling Destination. Today I'm excited to present to you guys the deck that I'll be using at the Fort Worth Dallas Regionals. I'm going tomorrow and this is the deck I'm going to be using. It's not a meta deck, more of a rogue deck, and I enjoy playing this deck. A lot of people don't know how to play around it. Some do. Let's see how we go tomorrow. I will be bringing the report to you guys and letting you know how I did. So let's start off the deck. And we're taking Counter Fairies Anti-Meta. This is originally an OCG build that I saw, and I decided to build it. I changed up a few cards, added in some new cards with the new ban list. Well, that gave it a little twist, so I hope it works out. First of all, we start with the Eva. People don't like this card, but I really like it. I'm thinking of going up to 2, but for now I just use 1. I use triple of the green light, the Herald. It's really important for me to use triple copies of this card because a lot of spell cards extend plays from decks. Pendulum Magicians, Sparrows, which I'm assuming are still going to be on the top cuts. And ABCs, they all depend on spell cards. The only deck that doesn't depend on spell cards much is the Frog deck, which I'm ready for that too. I have triple copies of Orange Light. This is for monster effects. It helps me a lot. Like I said, I'm going for the anti-meta type of stun deck. So this helps me against a lot of cards, which I can't afford Ash Blossoms right now. So I'm a budget player. I have here triple copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. You might be saying, oh, he's a budget player, but how does he have that Ghost Ogre? Well, this I got out of an OTS pack, which I was lucky to get. So this is basically to stop my opponent with the monster effect, especially the Pendulum Magician guys. I also run this engine, 3 of this copy of this card wall. This is a really good engine for me. I really enjoy playing it, and going first turn Ouroboros helps me in disrupting some of my opponent's hands, and with the other cards I have below here, it gives me more of a chance. And it's a fairy, so I can use it with the Herald of Orange Light and Green Light also. Of course, I got to be using triple copies of the Cheer. You guys know, it's a really good card. And if you combo it with this in the start of the turn, you get 2 cards, or plus 2 cards. So that's really good because most of the time you run out of hand cards really fast with this deck. And for now, this is one of the main reasons I'm building this deck. And the card that I really enjoy, I think it's one of the best cards right now. This is my favorite card for right now. Inspector Border. I pulled 1 and sneak peek, and I ordered the other 2 to make sure I got them in time for the regionals. I noticed that a lot of people are not ready to play around this card. That it's a 2000 attack, 2000 defense, and most people depend on their opponents not having something to stop their effects, right? So when this card comes out, and with my back row that I'll show you in a while, it's hard for people to play around because they can't activate their effects, and it really limits them because if they grab something, they won't be able to get the effects of the monsters. Their hand traps are almost like dead in their hands. So it's really good. I really enjoy playing this card, and I hope this card gives me some wins tomorrow. Another card I really enjoy playing that interrupts my opponent is the Artifact Sight. The Moral Tech is at triple copies right now, but I'm not playing that because it's hard to target a card right now. A lot of cards cannot be targeted. This doesn't target, and this stops my opponent from extending the play. Like if I see someone go, for example, they go into they summon a drone. I'll summon this with my Artifact Trap card. They won't be able to go into double helix for now, so it still helps me. I find the final monster I'm using in this deck is the new Parshat card. To me, this is a really good card in the deck, especially when you get the summoning it out using the Herald's effects and negate. This comes out from your hand or graveyard. so it's really powerful. A lot of people underestimate this card, but it's a really powerful card because when it does damage, it does piercing as well. You get to search a counter trap card, which you're gonna see that I run a lot. So for now, that's the monster count that I use in the deck from this Anti-Fairy, and like I said, it is my favorite monster. Let's go to the spells. Spell cards is a really small count. So first of all, I start with 1 Pot of Desires. Like I said, your hands really go small. Basically, use a lot of cards. Sometimes you set a lot of back row. So 1 copy of Path of Desires. I use 2 copies of Path of Duality because you don't spell summon as much as you like other decks, but it's good that you get to search and manipulate your hands. I play 1 Raigeki because going second this deck is it's really hard to play against a big board that someone assembled, you know, with so much powerful cards. But Raigeki clears them out for me. And new to the deck is Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is good for me because sometimes I get rid of a monster that's really powerful and it's my opponent's monster. I can bring it back and use it against them. That's all for the spell cards. The trap lineup is really big. To start off with, we use 3 Artifact Sanctum. I use triple copies of these guys because it makes me get my sight to my hand, to the field. If you draw into these guys, it's not too bad either because you can discard them with the other card I'll show you soon. And this is the card I'm talking about. Rebirth of Parshot. Triple copies of Rebirth of Parshot because this special summon my Parshot Knight, the new guy. So if I draw into this and I have my sight already on the field and I have maybe 1 set down, I can always discard because this is a cost. You have to discard 1 card, and so this is still alive. Triple copies of this. Let me put it here so you guys can see. Next, I use triple copies of Solemn Strike. It's really good when your opponent special summons. Pendulum Magician is going to special summon a lot. You strike them. Monster Effect is going to activate a lot. Strike them. So it's really good. If you pay a lot of life points with this deck, but it's worth it. You negate a lot too. Also, I use 1 copy of Solemn Warning because it's at 1. Negate Summon. Really good card. And we use 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. This guy is the new guy that came back from the ban list, and it's really good because what happens here is that if you pay Solemn Strike, you pay 45 here. Pure Warning. You just gotta learn how to play with your trap cards to counter people in specific moments and don't just go and trigger them whenever you want. It's gonna kill you. Yeah, guys think that you might not be playing Mirror Force in 2018, so they're gonna just commit to a big board and attack, and then when they see you with Mirror Force, they're like, no way, he's playing Mirror Force in 2018. It's a really good card for defense. People don't expect it. And one more card I have. This is more like for Trickstars and Pendulum Magicians. Unending Nightmare. Like I said, you pay a lot of life points here. So that's it for the trap cards. I run a lot of trap cards in here. So let's go to the extra deck. To start the extra deck, I run a few XYZ monsters. We're just going to start off with number 41. It's a good card to stall. It's kind of difficult to make here, but when you do make it, it's really good. Tornado Dragon. For the same reason you run it in the ABC, sometimes you have that you can make this card and pop your own sight, your artifact cards with this card. The next cards are Ouroboros. It's a really good card. That's for the stick chair combo. You have Deltaros. This is for the stick chair combo as well. Pleiades. This is for the artifact cards. Volcasaurus, another artifact card. You run one Durandal. This is really a really good card. A lot of people don't expect it when it comes out. And you run one, the All True King of all calamities. This is a good card, and you're wondering how you make this. You make this with the new artifact. Sorry, not the artifact, with the new power shot card. It's really good. And when you get this guy out, a lot of people can play over him because they don't expect him. Next, we're going to move to the Synchro Monsters, because we do run Synchro Monsters in this deck. You might be thinking, how are you going to sync? Because Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is a tuner. So you can make these guys. It's not something you're going to make all the time, but sometimes you do. You run one Omega and one of this Light Storm. It's a really card. Really good card. This card helped me out a lot already, getting out of some tight situations. Next, you play one Link Karibo. It's legal now, so you can play it. One Akashic Magician. It's a really good card when you have something problematic that's in front of you and you really can't get over it. Like the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. It fits. They put it in the wrong zone. Some of this, bounce it back. It's not going to get rid of it, but it's going to delay them a bit, no? Then I play one Double Helix, and you're going to see why I play this card. One Deco Talker, and one Skulldred. Like I said, I'm a budget player, but I was lucky enough to pull this in my Extreme Forces sneak peek, and it's going in the deck definitely. Now let's go to the side deck. The side deck, I'm building it mostly for Pendulum Magicians and a lot of rogue decks. I have here 2 Kaijus in case I confront 2 Dracos. I haven't played around them, so I don't know if I'll be able to beat them or not, or don't know what to expect. I play one Dark Hole for board clearance. I play 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Just helps to delay some plays from my opponent. I play 2 Mind Crush. When people want to search out Reincarnation or any card they search out, that's going to be a problem for me. And this can even get rid of the True Draco before it even gets added, like summon out to the field, because they gotta search it. So that helps a lot. 2 Torrential Tributes. 1 Call of the Haunted, because sometimes you need to bring back a monster. And then we have here triple copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. This is the reason I use Double Helix. You might say, why is it in your extra deck? Because I ran out of space on my side deck and I didn't have any other card to put in here. So I still expect Spirals to be a really good deck, and we'll see how it goes. Also, I have a Totally Awesome inside deck and an ABC Buster Dragon. Those cards are the cards I use for my deck. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile, and hope to see a lot of you tomorrow at the Fort Worth Regionals. Remember, let's go there, have fun, and see you guys next time. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.